Hey gorgeous people, welcome to our Friday live video on how, or 5 steps to overcome fear right now. I know just from a few of the conversations that I've been having, and certainly from speaking with some of my coaching clients, there is a lot of people obviously in a lot of fear right now, and understandably. And first of all, I just want to send out a shout out of absolute love and compassion and understanding in these really uncertain times as well. I can totally appreciate and understand how we might be all feeling quite fearful at times, and I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to actually move through that, how to embrace this period of great uncertainty and great change, and how to actually utilize it to optimize your business. But not only that, there'll be some key mindset tips as well, just in terms of really getting back on that path for yourself as well. Good morning. Hey, Anne. And it's lovely to have you on here, Erica, and I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. I do apologize, guys. And Joey, lovely to have you on here as well. So number 1 is our first step is, what are you making this all mean? This is absolutely imperative because it's going to be the deciding factor of how you're actually responding to this emotionally. We have the greatest freedom as humans to make up a story about anything. In fact, that's actually how we live our life. Every event, every circumstance, every situation that we experience, we are making it mean a particular thing, and we can make it mean this is a great opportunity, or this is a way that I can share my love and light, or we can make it mean it feels like it's the end of the world, it's the worst thing ever, this is going to destroy me, this is going to hurt me. So again, like, number 1 is really understanding, what are you making this mean? It's absolutely imperative to really start to question that for yourself. Hey Beck, great to have you on, honey. And start to look at those things. Right now, we are being called to innovate and adapt. Now, a lot of us may not like change, and change is always happening. However, at this present time, change is actually occurring rapidly, and we can all see this, we can all know this through what's coming through on the media. I choose not to tune into too much of that. I watch enough, or I tune into enough to know the basics of what I need to, but I'm very deliberate in what I'm allowing to come into I guess my environment, my psychology, and how I'm actually feeling every day as well. So this is really important. It is about being able to be adaptable and changeable, and if you haven't already embraced that business, you're going to know, like, even over the last 5 years, no doubt you would have had to adapt and change, and life is asking us to grow at a rapid rate right now, to expand into this as an opportunity of how can I serve, how can I connect, how can I build stronger relationships. This is all about community, and really coming from that heart center. Now, we cannot do that if you are in fear and if you're in a state of survival, because when we're in that place, we're in our ego and we are focused 100% on me, am I going to be okay? Now, I get that, and it's human, and the way to move through this is like some of these tips that I'm sharing with you as well. So number 1, how can I adapt? How can I change? How could I potentially take my business online and really start to think about, what are the opportunities here? How could I serve my my community or my clients or my customers at an even greater level than before by adapting and changing? There's some really great quality questions in that. So we've got to look at how we can adapt and change, and how might this be a time of opportunity. I've done a couple of other posts as well. If you are perhaps working from home, if you don't own your own business or such, but if you're working from home and you're there with your kids, how can you use this as really utilize this time as an opportunity to really connect with and be with your loved ones and families? And I know obviously there's a lot of social media posts and things like that that are helping us to reflect on that, but I do think it's such a valid and an important point. If you actually sat down and said, how could this be an incredible opportunity for me? And if I believed that, what would I be doing? How could I utilize my time in a really powerful way? So we've got to think about this differently. We've got to make a different meaning rather than, oh my God, this is, so unknown and pretty scary for, what a lot of people are experiencing. And again, like I said, I'm sending absolute love and blessings. And the more that we can stay in that positive state for ourselves, the more help and the stronger we're able to remain and help to uplift and inspire others from that place as well. So, the next step around this is learn something new, guys. Like, use this time to learn. Now, the reason why I suggest this, hey Katrin, hey Kelly, lovely to have you guys on. The reason why I suggest learning is when you learn, you're using your prefrontal cortex. So really, really important, because guess what? Your survival brain, your fear brain is back here. So it's your back brain. Your prefrontal cortex, when you're engaging your prefrontal cortex, when you are learning, when you're growing, when you're expanding, when you're thinking about how could I change or how could I adapt, you're actually engaging the problem solving part of your brain rather than being in your survival brain, in the back brain, in fear, and activating the amygdala with all of the fear-based emotions there as well. So really, really, really important to understand that learning and growing, you have a great opportunity and more time than ever before to actually learn the stuff. Or who do you want to become if you're a caterpillar right now and you're going to emerge as this amazing, incredible butterfly at the end of this? What do you need to be embracing? What do you need to be nourishing your soul and your system on right now? Super powerful as well. Number 3 is your mindset belief. So this goes a little bit about what I spoke about before. Good morning, Nick. Great to have you on. Loads of love to you, darling. This goes back into a little bit about what I suggested before, is really understand, get clear, what am I making this mean? And this is true of any life situation, this is true of any event or circumstance. What have I made things mean in the past that are no longer serving me? Remember, a story is just a story, and you get to make up whatever you want. This was one of the greatest lessons that I learned from Tony Robbins like years ago, is determine your own story. Even if it feels like it's been so hard or so difficult, what blessings has that given you? What gifts has it given you? I often say and share with my clients, sometimes our gifts come in ugly wrapping paper. We don't necessarily feel like, this is this beautiful gift that I really want, but it's actually still a gift, and we can embrace all of life's opportunities, all of life's circumstances as a true gift, and really, I guess, step into that powerful meaning. It really does make a huge difference. So what are you making things mean? But your mindset and your beliefs. You get to believe whatever you want, and when we believe certain things, you will look for, collect evidence for, and therefore live that as your truth or your reality. So you might say, well, this is true, this is absolutely true, and I would not disagree with you on that. And what I've experienced, not only in my own life, but also from so many clients that I've worked with, when we shift unhelpful beliefs, the whole world changes. Like, my whole world changed. I once had a belief, I was fat and ugly. I once had a belief that I was unworthy of love. I once had a belief, that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't smart enough, and I wasn't actually, no, that one didn't really kind of play out for me, but there's certainly other ones that, I wasn't capable enough or able or adequate enough to be able to really help people or really make a difference. So again, we've really got to challenge some of those beliefs that we've had that are holding us back. What is it that you want, and what beliefs do you now need to have in order to be able to create that as well? Such a powerful thing to have. Hey Katie, lovely to have you on, and Sandra and Rochelle, lovely to see you on here, and Christy, good morning, darling. So number 3, obviously mindset and beliefs. Question your beliefs, guys. A belief is only ever a thought that you've thought for so long that you've now collected enough evidence, and now you're living the truth of that now you believe it to be true. And again, like I said, anything that we believe, you'll know what you believe, because you'll get feedback from your external experience, and also how you're actually feeling as to what your belief system is. If you believe that the world's a kind place, you'll look for evidence and collect evidence, therefore believe that thought even more. If you believe that the world's a terrible place or a mean place or a scary place, you're going to look for the evidence to find that, and you're going to collect that, and you're going to stack that in on top of that belief system, and voila, now it's true. So your mindset and your beliefs, you must challenge those. Quality questions. This goes back a little bit into beliefs, but we can ask ourselves some pretty shitty questions at times. And the quality of your life depends 100% on the type of quality questions that you ask yourself. Why is my life not working? Why do I always do this? Why is this terrible? Why is this happening? You know, ask a shitty question, you're going to get a shitty answer. Ask a quality question. How can I serve right now? How could I step up right now? How would I feel if I was already living the next level version of my life? What would I be doing? What would I be saying? How would I be communicating? They're just a couple of simple things there that really taking the time to actually cement those in, because if we're not, guys, you're going to derail emotionally. Like, there's just no two ways about it. If you are not doing mindset as a regular ritual every single day, particularly now more than ever, we need to do that. We need to literally stand guard at the door of our mind and be very clear about what you're allowing in and what are some of the old stories and what you need to shift and change around that as well. Good morning, Margaret. Hey, Mel, lovely to have you on. Number 4 is quality questions, and number 5 is your physical health. Now, your physical health is 100% impacted by all the other stuff that I've just spoken about. If you are in fear, you are actually not adding to your emotional well-being. You're impacting your immune system. Fear is contagious, just the same as when we see somebody that's, all of our emotions are contagious. Are you being the influencer, or are you being influenced? Now more than ever before, we really need to focus on what are the key things that are going to build our immune system up, and really taking amazing care of our physical body. Now, when we do that, you feel stronger in your body, you feel more confident in your body, you stand taller, you love yourself a little bit more, all of those key things, which helps then obviously deal with the mindset stuff. If you're feeling impatient, or you've got kids at home and you're feeling frustrated by all of that, if you're not planning your meals, if you're not taking care of yourself, then of course you're going to lose patience with your kids. Of course, we're going to be shorter with the people that we love and care about. Good morning, Simone. Lovely to have you on too. All of those things are just absolutely key in order to be able to maintain a really strong mindset and to be able to move through this period, not only, just getting through it, but what if you could actually thrive during this time? What if you could actually really utilize this time to be in the best shape possible, and for your business to be lined up so wonderfully, where you've really used this time to plan, to get creative, to really expand into what can this look like? How do I want to emerge as the butterfly after all of this? And if your business was a butterfly, like, what is it going to look like? What are the new colors going to be? What are the new standards or the new values, or how you're going to serve at a high level? All of those things is really, really, really important. So when we're focusing on all of those things, I promise you'll experience a very different day. You'll feel better in yourself, you'll feel really proud of yourself. And when we're above the energy of courage, so anytime that we dip below the energy of courage, and so some of those emotions might be frustration, it might be overwhelm, it might be doubt, it might be worry, it could be fear, it could be feeling guilty if you're going okay and you know other people that are suffering. You might feel really insecure in what's actually going on, or with your job, or with money, or any of those things. So anytime that we're below the energy of courage, we're actually draining, we're pulling resources, we're trying to get enough to be okay within ourselves. It's when we're living in the back brain, we're living in the ego survival mind. We need to come back to a place of courage and above and beyond. So courage, optimism, contentment, satisfaction, maybe even enthusiasm, or maybe even passion, joy, freedom, and love and appreciation. Now, appreciation I find to be one of the greatest emotions for me personally that I can step into and really make a difference as well. Hey, Chrissy, great to have you on. certainly in my own life, simply because it gives me such a strong anchor point where it helps me to elevate very, very quickly with my emotions, so I can find lots of things in my daily life to appreciate, all the things that are going well, rather than focusing on maybe a couple of things that haven't been so great, or a couple of things that have been really challenging. I've been through quite an experience over, like, personally for myself over the last couple of weeks, and managing my mindset's been critical to me being able to continue to show up in a powerful way for my clients, and also for my kids, and to also feel good for me, because at the end of the day, if I'm not taking great care of me, I can't take care of anybody else. I can't help be that positive influence for anybody else. Hey, Anne-Marie, lovely to have you on. So guys, like, if this has been an issue for you, quite often some of these things can be a very, very huge key player, particularly if you're experiencing some burnout, or you were already in a bit of a burnout phase, particularly in your business before this happened. Please reach out to me if you're experiencing lots of negative self-talk, if you feel quite and this is not to step into victim phase or anything like that, but if you are feeling a little bit powerless around your situation, we really want to be jumping on top of that, and with love, of course, and with compassion, and elevating you out of that, because people need you right now. Your team needs you, your business needs you, your clients and your customers need you more than ever before. Good morning, Rod, great to have you on. And so reaching out to me. I also have my Thrive group, which is really about overcoming burnout for business owners, and we cover off and deal with all of this stuff at a much greater in depth. I've just given you a snapshot of these things today. These are the key distinctions, but actually how to do that and how to really dive in to shift your beliefs and your mindset is 100% absolutely imperative. Hey Dee, lovely to have you on. So if you've been experiencing, like I said, even sugar cravings, if you find that you're impatient with your kids at the moment, if you find that you're feeling really overwhelmed with different feelings or different things that are going on for you, please reach out to me, send me a PM, let's jump on a call. I'm about to launch an amazing program which is really about stepping into thriving, getting clear on a lot of these distinctions, plus there's a truckload more that really help to move the needle, have you really tapped in and dialed into your passion, your why, and moving you forward in a really powerful way where you feel like you don't have to try and motivate yourself or try and force yourself to do things each day. So important. So have an amazing day, guys. Loads of love to you, and like I said, sending you all lots of love, health, and blessings, and remember to rise up, be the influencer rather than allowing yourself to be influenced by what's going on. Choose your mindset carefully, choose the meaning that you're making about things very carefully and very consciously and very deliberately. Have an amazing day. Loads of love. Bye.